Hey YouTube, Rook here from Rook Geek Goodness, my little channel on the web for all things geeky and cool. And welcome back to the channel, guys. Welcome back to another Funko review. Very happy to do this Funko with you, my audience, right now, because this is a different sort of review. I don't do a whole lot of this sort of stuff on the channel. And of course, the sneak peek was the thumbnail. Now, a few weeks ago, this item kind of went back up for sale. Went up for sale, I believe, at the end of 2019 into 2020. And it was a shop exclusive, of course, at the website we're talking about, one of my favorite comedians right now of all time, Gabriel Iglesias, otherwise known as Fluffy. We're talking about the exclusive Fluffy Shop pop that you can only get this pop on his website. That was the only way to order this pop, or you went to a third party, in this case eBay or Amazon, something along those lines. They did a special deal with these pops on his website, costing about $40, and they were, as you can see here, signed. This is signed by Gabriel Iglesias, aka the Fluffy Guy, if you will, the heavier set comedian that everybody kind of knows now. Very famous in the world of comedians, and I'm very happy to get this into my collection. I saw this go up on a Facebook group. I said, you know what, I have to buy this item. It's $40 US, and he looks really good. We'll talk more about this pop in a breakdown segment. Speaking of breakdowns, we'll do a full breakdown of this pop. We'll look at the packaging as a whole. We'll look at the paint articulation and conclude with final thoughts for you, the viewer. Should you spend the money and pick up the Pop Comedians Pop number 1, signed Gabriel Iglesias, Fluffy? Stay tuned, guys. We're going to a breakdown. All right, guys, we're in a breakdown segment looking at Pop Comedians number 1, Gabriel Iglesias, otherwise known as the Fluffy Guy, Funko Pop. And the very first thing we do in a breakdown segment is look at the packaging and presentation. This, of course, is your typical Funko designed box. We have up here Pop Comedians, which is a brand new line, which is what Fluffy is debuting at. The logo that Fluffy has on his website, he's known for this logo, this sort of backdrop he has with his hand up in the air with the microphone. Pop number 1, the all-important number 1 pop coming in for this line of pops for the Comedians line. Nice shot of what he would look like right here. It does say Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias. There is a sticker that says Fluffy Shop Exclusive. Looks really good. Over here, side shot of what the pop looks like out of packaging. Does say Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias number 1 Pop Comedians. Over here is what the packaging would look like on the side when you look at the word, the text. It says Gabriel Fluffy Iglesias. And the back of the packaging showcases a shot of what he would look like. They took liberty from this shot here to build this pop. But before I go further and take this guy out of packaging, there is a negative I need to talk about before I dive deeper into this pop. And that main concern I have is that there is no COA, otherwise known as a Certificate of Authentication, to say, is this signature really Gabriel Iglesias Fluffy's signature? Most places that do signatures, they do it through a company or they do it through a third-party witness person who can vouch for that autograph. I'm going to use this as an example to show you what I'm talking about, and that is the AJ Styles signed WWE pop here, number 37. If you look on the back here, it was done by Beckett. Beckett is a sports magazine, usually for collectibles, and they did this deal with AJ Styles to have these pops certified that he, in fact, signed this item. You could take this right here, go to their website, put this code in, and it will tell you that this thing was certified on a particular day at a location by AJ Styles. Unfortunately, the pop here for Fluffy does not have that same liberty. There is no COA that was attached to this pop. Kind of maybe using as a COA is the Fluffy sticker right here. It says Fluffy Shop Exclusive, which means you would have had to have gotten it from his website, meaning he would be the distributor for this item. But that, to me, doesn't really weigh the point of not having a COA. And to me, that is a very big sticking point, which I'll talk near the end of this video more about it. But let's get this guy right now out of packaging and continue the breakdown segment. All right, guys, we have our Gabriel Iglesias, the Fluffy Guy, if you will, out of packaging. Pop number 1 from the brand new Comedians line. And next thing we always do when we take a pop out of packaging is look at the paint and articulation. Well, this is also going to be sort of a first impressions video because I just took this guy out of packaging for the very first time. He looks really good. Funko did not cut any corners. They made this guy look very similar to the comic, of course, Fluffy, from real life into vinyl figure form. He looks really neat. I love the way he looks. The face, the eyes really screams Fluffy to me when you look at this pop. If you look at the comic, if you've seen any of his specials, you can see the resemblance striking with this pop. I love the way he looks. Great representation of the character. Now, let me kind of spin him around to the back because that's important because he has his logo. We talked about that on the packaging. This logo is on the back of this shirt he has. He's always known to have these Hawaiian shirts or these kind of loud t-shirts in his performances. He does have a microphone in his hand right here. He is wearing sneakers and jeans. He usually wears a cut-off like jean shorts. That's what he normally wears for his performances. He looks really, really, really good. I love the way he looks. You can see the embroidery. The attention to detail is really nice. The microphone in his hand looks really, really good as well. Is there articulation with this guy? Absolutely. Head will spin 360 with no hindrance. I love the way his head would spin here with no problems. He is sort of clean shaven right here, which is kind of what Fluffy normally spouts in real life. It looks very, very good. I love the way he looks. It looks like you're looking at Fluffy in vinyl figure form. I'm very happy to own this guy into my collection. Very cool looking pop. Of course, he does have his jean shorts, as I mentioned, and the white sort of tennis shoes. Right there they are. They're showing up right there. I love the way he looks. And now the big question you're going to ask me, is he worth $40? We'll talk about that in final thoughts going to that portion of the video right now. Alright guys, final thoughts on the Pop Comedians. The very first figure for this particular wave, Gabriel Iglesias, otherwise known as the Fluffy Guy himself. Was this guy worth the money? Should you buy this pop and add it to your collection? First thing you want to ask yourself is, do you like Fluffy? Do you like the guy's material? Do you like the character of Fluffy? I like Fluffy. I love his material. Had to pick this up. The biggest other question you might want to ask, is he worth $40? That's a sticking point if you want my personal opinion. I didn't mind spending the money, shelling out the cash of $40 for this pop. The signature you see here comes in different colors. Your mileage may vary. I didn't mention that in the breakdown, but you're not guaranteed to get this green colored Sharpie. I'm happy I got it in green because that's my favorite color, aka being a Green Lantern fan. I love the color green, and this worked for me. Your mileage will vary with the color that he'll use for these signatures. But I absolutely loved it, getting this thing signed by him. But the biggest sticking point that I have, the biggest issue I want to bring to the table is the lack of having a certificate of authenticity like the AJ Styles pop, which we use as an analog in this example. Having it as a certificate of authenticity means for resellability and collectability is there, but not having a COA, it might turn people off. It might be difficult to prove this was in fact signed by him unless there's a person who's authorized to validate this signature can validate this is in fact his signature. So coming at a $40 price point, which to me is a bit steep, but if you brought this to a show to have him sign it, you're probably looking at $25, maybe up to $50 just to see him in the meet and greet to get this signed. So shelling out the $40, getting both a signature, and I didn't mention, but he did come with a top loader here, a case. I didn't talk about that, but he did come with a case as well. And that to me really sold it for me. Getting the pop, getting it signed, and a top loader was, my personal opinion, well worth the $40, but you may not think so. I personally think this is worth $40. That's up to you guys, the viewers and subscribers, to make your decision. Let me know in the comment section, would you throw down $40 for this pop? And I want to hope you guys like this video. Remember to click the like button at the bottom of the page. Click the subscribe button. When you subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon by notifying my latest videos. Of course, last but not least, you can click Windows over here to watch more of my content. Take care, guys. See you next video, and bye-bye.